Good morning. This is Sam. Are you ready to do YogaShape with me? We are going to do 1 hour. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining. If you're there, say hello. Leave an emoji, leave a message. We're so glad to have you. And today's class is going to be about an hour long. All you need is a bottle of water and a mat or a towel. If you have small weights, you can use them. If you have a magic circle, that's even better. I've put on some fantastic lavender this morning. I like to put it on my, rub it in here and put it on here. And sometimes I just smell it or put it on the bottom of my feet because that's the fastest way to get your oils to absorb into your system. So good morning, everyone. Let's get started. Athletic fitness yoga to make you sweat. We'll do some core work, some abdominals, some traditional hatha power yoga. And it'll be a great day. Hopefully you can hear me and say hello if you're there, and let's get started. Just gonna pull this up. Make sure you have your bottle of water handy. Okay, so let's start. We're going to start in a seated position on our mat today. So let's get started in a nice seated position with your arms out. Let's just sit up nice and tall. You can close your eyes if you want, and let's focus on our breath. Inhaling through our breath and exhaling. Inhaling through your nose. So nice big inhale, and then exhale. And inhale. Trying to inhale on a count of 5. And exhale. And then let's inhale our arms all the way up to the sky, reaching our arms all the way up, stretching all the way up. And exhale back down. And let's do that again. Inhale back up. And exhale down. And then let's just drop our neck down and inhale and roll your neck to one side. And exhale and roll it to the other side. Let's do that a few more times. Once more. And then let's come all the way up, inhaling all the way up to the center. Let's drop one arm down onto the mat and just reach over a nice, beautiful stretch here, stretching this lateral side of your body. And then let's inhale back up. And exhale the other arm down, placing this arm on the mat and just leaning over. And come back up. Let's do a trunk roll to each side. One more. And let's switch sides. So great to have everybody. Tell me where you're from. If you're watching. This is beginner YogaShape. Let's come down into our heart center. So let's turn around and come. I'm going to turn so you can see me, but get in the center of your mat. Extend one leg out and bend the other leg in. Pull your legs into your chest once you're here, and give yourself sacrum and low back a nice little massage. Let's just roll that low back into the mat. This is a great exercise if you ever have low back pain. Let's release those legs down and inhale your arms up over your head. And exhale back down. Do that again. And then let's just windshield wiper our legs side to side. Little windshield wiper, waking up that back, warming up. Just breathing into this. And then you can stay doing that, or you can just make it a little bit bigger. Roll your legs side to side. Put your arms out to the side. You can do this. Or you can go even bigger here, just side to side. Just warming up, nice little gentle twists. Make this as big as you want. Let's just do a couple more of these. Okay, one more. This feels really good. And let's come back to the center. So come back to the center. Let's inhale your feet flat. Inhale your arms up over your head. Exhale down, reach down, try to touch your hands to your heels, knees up nice and straight, legs, toes pointed towards that wall, and let's lift up, tuck your tailbone under, so press that low back into the mat, and then one vertebra at a time, let's lift our low back, our mid back, and our upper back up. Lift up your shoulders, tuck them under, and just lift up here as high as you can and just hold. And then let's slowly lower down. So pick up your heels up off the floor, come to the balls of your toes, and slowly lower your back down, upper back, mid back, Low back and tailbone onto the mat. Lower your feet, and let's do that again. Tuck your tailbone under and then lift up one vertebrae at a time. Up, up, up. Everything up, and just hold here. And then pick your heels up off the floor. Come on the balls of your feet and slowly press your back, lowering back down, your spine onto the floor. Lower down. Let's do that one more time. So tuck your tailbone under and lift up one vertebrae at a time. Then let's tuck our shoulders under and just hold here. You can lower those heels down, and then let's just lower our bottom down and lift straight up for 10, 9, 8, 7. Keep going. Squeeze and lift up. Lightly touch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Let's lift and hold here and just little pulses. Pulse, 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 pulse. Small range of motion. You can have your hands here if you'd like. Just a very small pulse, pulse, pulse. And then let's hold here at the top. Bring your knees in closer. Keep your feet out wide and lower down and lift straight up and down for 10, 9, 8. Great job. Squeeze up, lift up and down. 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. And little pulses. Pulse, 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 pulse. Good job. You got this. Beautiful. And let's bring our legs back out wide and lower down and lift straight up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Squeeze. Lift and squeeze. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold and little pulses. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Great job. Just activating and warming up those glutes. Now bring those knees in and same thing. Up and down for 10, 9, 8. You got this. Lift and squeeze. And then we're going to alternate, so we're going to go in and out. So let's just squeeze at the top, little pulses, and then we're going to go in and out. So your knees out wide and squeeze and lift up, and then your knees in together. Lift and squeeze. So for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Good job. 2, 1. Let's do 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7. Really lift and squeeze. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. So we're going to focus a lot on our glutes today. This is going to be a butt yoga workout class. And then let's slowly lower down, lower, lower, lower that down just for a moment. And then we're going to just bring your leg in just a little bit so it lines up with your belly button. Extend the other leg up and straight. Now, if you have low back pain, you can stay where you were. Arms out flat, and let's just lift straight up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7. Point this toe. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch legs, and 10, 9, 8. Good job. 7. Beautiful. Really lift and squeeze. 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. You know what to do. We're doing 10, 9, 8, 7. Leg is straight. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more set. Whew. We're just lifting here, activating our glutes. And then let's lower down. Let's just flatten those feet behind. Inhale your arms up over your head. On the exhale, interlace your fingertips behind your neck. Keep your elbows out flat and press your low back into the mat. There shouldn't be any space here, so you're not here. Just press that in. And we're going to lift straight up and come down. Let's lift straight up and down. Breathing into this. Just lift straight up. Keep those elbows out wide. And then let's hold here at the top. Just hold, hold, hold. Now we're going to twist to one side, come back to the center, and twist to the other side, and come back to the center. So twist, center, twist, center. Nice twist, center, really activating your abdominals, squeezing there. And then let's release down. Inhale your arms up over your head. Exhale them back down. Inhale up over your head and bring them back. This time we're going to tuck one knee in and leg out. So we're coming tuck and lift and out. Really lift up here. Try to lift up more with your chest, your abdominals. And then let's switch sides. So lifting up and extending out. Really lift and twist. And then let's release down. Inhale those arms up over our head. On the exhale, putting your arms down, we're gonna get ready to do our Pilates 100. So you're gonna press your low back into the mat, tuck your chin to your chest. So your head can be down, but you can be here, you can be here in tabletop, or you can extend your legs out. Let's lift up and start pulsing, inhaling on a count of 5. And exhale. And inhale, put your legs out if you can. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. We're almost halfway there. Keep pulsing. Keep those arms nice and straight. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Great job. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Good job, everyone. We're almost there. A couple more. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Let's pull this in. Bring your knees to your chest. Just give yourself a little massage here, one side to the other. Then let's extend those legs back up to the sky. Reach your arms up here. And then we're going to just slowly lower our legs down just a little bit and then come up. So you're just going 1, 2, down, hold, and coming up. So you're just going 1, 2, down, hold, and up. Now let's see if we can go a little bit lower, or you can keep it right here and come up. 1, 2, down, hold, and up. And then let's just hold it here. See if you can go a little bit lower, those legs extended out. Holding, holding, holding. Great job. Let's slowly come back up. Bring your legs in. Extend one leg out, then the other in. Lift up, and you're going to have your hands, one on your knee and one here, and just a little pulse, pulse. Switch legs and catch it. Pulse, pulse. And switch, pulse, pulse. And switch, pulse, pulse. Pulling this leg in towards your chest and doing 2 little pulses. Couple more of these. And then let's speed that up. So just one at a time. Extending, shooting those legs out nice and straight. Now the lower you go, it's more challenging. Up here, it's a little bit easier. So find what works for you. Really lift up a little bit more. Great, and then let's bring those legs in. Drop your legs to the side. Elbows out wide, and let's lift straight up for 20. Working our side obliques. And then let's come back to the center, switch sides, lifting straight up and down. Good job, and then let's release down. Let's just windshield wiper those legs to the side for a quick moment. Let's inhale our arms up over our head. Extend one leg out as you wrap your hand around. Let's just lift up, rolling all the way up. We're probably going to use our magic circle a little bit today. If you have one, this is what it looks like. It's great. If you don't, they're about 20 bucks on Amazon. So they're a great thing to have. So let's come back up. Let's come onto all fours and get ready to go into tabletop with some cat-cows. So get in the middle of your mat and press your shoulders are going to be right over your elbows, right over your wrists. And we're going to arch up, arching our abdominals up. Big, beautiful arch here. And then we're going to extend our belly button up, down to the floor, and looking slightly up. So let's keep doing that. Inhaling up and exhaling down and out. Let's do a few more of those. So inhaling up and exhale down and out. Just doing some beautiful cat-cows this morning, stretching out your spine. Great for your low back. This is a great exercise to do every day. Let's just do a couple more of these. And then let's come back to a neutral spine. Let's go into spinal extensions. Extend your left leg, opposite right leg. Don't let your hip pop up. Drop it down and breathe, balance, and hold here. And then let's switch sides. Lower this arm down and bring the opposite leg up. Lower that hip. Breathe, balance, and hold. And then let's flow with this. So one movement with each breath. Try to raise your hand and your arm up at the same time. Spread your fingertips out flat on the mat. Imagine you have cat claws. And let's those claws into the mat just to give you that most stability and so we can balance the most. Let's just do a couple more of these. And then let's hold here at the top. You're still looking down. Your head is parallel with your arm. We're breathing, balancing, holding, and stretching. If you need to, drop this arm down. If not, you can keep it here, and let's lower down and lift straight up and down for 20. Breathing into this. Counting to yourself. Halfway there. And then let's drop this arm down, little pulses here. So pulse, 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 pulse. A lot of the weight should be in this right arm. Then let's stop and cross this leg all the way over. Look back, touch the floor, look back and see that nice, get a little stretch here, make sure that leg's there. And then let's lift straight up and down for 20, 2, 3. Keep those abdominals pulled in. 4, 5, beautiful. And then let's lower this down, look back again, and then you're gonna bring it all the way around and then come back. So I want you to look back and look at your toe. And when you're swinging around here, look at your toe for 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, beautiful. 5, 6, 7. If you get dizzy looking side to side, just keep your head here. 8, 9, halfway there. 10, 11, 12. Keep that leg straight. 13, 14, 15, 16. If you're there, say hello. 18, 19, 20. Great job. Drop your leg down, the palm of your foot flat on the mat. And let's just shift back, stretch that out for a moment and come back up. Let's do that again. And come back up. Just readjust yourself, so make sure your shoulders are right over your elbows and your wrists. And just pick this foot up in 20 little pulses. And then we're gonna add our fire hydrants in and some other glute work. So bring this leg back down. We're gonna do our fire hydrant lift. So let's just lift this leg up. So 1, 2, and lift up and slowly come down. We're gonna do 1, 2, up and slowly come down. Let's do 10 of those. 3 and 4, 5, 6, lift it up as high as you can. 7, starting to feel that burn on this other, hit the leg that's on the floor. 9, and hold here. I want you to flex your toe and just lift it forward. 1, 2, little lifts. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Feel that burn, just slowly come down, just bang that burn out a little bit, and then let's just lift this leg right back up. We're gonna bring it over. You're gonna tap your knee to the floor, and then you're gonna lift it back up to here. So 10, tap it down and lift it back up. 2, 3, 4, good job. Really feel this burn. 5, we're burning these glutes today. 6, 7. This is the shaping part of our class. We do lots of shaping and sculpting and some yoga. Woo, let's release down. Let's go into extended child's pose and stretch that out for a moment. Just drop down. And let's slowly come back up. Let's get ready to do the other side. So extend the other leg up and out. Arm out, spread out those fingers, put those cat claws into the mat, lower this hip down. Point your toe head is parallel with your arm, and let's drop this down and lift straight up for 20. And 3, beautiful. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're halfway there, keep going. 11. Balancing, stretching, breathing. And then let's hold here at the top. Drop this arm down if you need to. Little pulses. Pulse, pulse, pulse. And then release this. Everyone's arms down. Let's cross this leg over. Look back and make sure it's straight. And then we're going to lift straight up and down for 20. 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. Keep that leg straight and go nice and slow. So we're not doing this. We're just lifting this up nice and controlled. Abdominals, think about them. Pull that in. Navel's up. And then let's release, look back, make sure that leg's straight, and then bring this leg all the way around. 1, we're gonna do 20, 2, 3. Good job. Keep going, keep this leg straight. 5, 6, 7, 8, beautiful. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, almost there. 14, 15, 16. I am outside on my patio and it is hot and sweaty out here today. Let's drop this palm of this down my mat. I actually got wet from last night, so it's like a soppy wet mat. It's kind of cool to the touch. Let's stretch back and lift up. I could invent a new mat, like a cool tone mat to cool you down during hot yoga. Okay, so let's just readjust. Make sure your shoulders are right over your elbows, over your wrists. And let's just lift this leg up. I'm gonna turn so you can see me. We're just lifting this up, little pulses. Spread out those hands. Widen your hand stance if you need to. So, and then let's release down, preparing for fire hydrant lift. So we're just lifting up 1, 2, and slowly coming down. Your toes pointed. Lift up as high as you can. Again, widen your stance on your hands a little bit and take most of the weight in your arms and your shoulders. Lift this up and come down. 1 more. Let's hold here, flex your toe and just lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo, feel that burning. Just pound that out for a quick moment. And then we're gonna lift this leg up. So it's gonna come behind you, touch, and then lift back out to that fire hydrant. It's gonna come down 2, and 3, and 4, almost there. 5, these are really burning. Ooh, I really feel this. 6, 7, we are working these glutes. 8, 9, 10. Woo, good job. Let's stretch our arms out. Rest your forehead on your mat or on your soggy mat. And then let's slowly come up. Let's spread our fingers out and press and lift all the way up, pressing back on the mat, going into a downward facing dog. Just walk those feet out a little bit. And then let's press all the way back on our down dog. And let's inhale and come all the way up on our toes. Exhale back down. And inhale back up. And slowly lower back down. Once more. And then let's press all the way back into this down dog. And let's just walk our feet forward. So we're in a standing forward fold. So drop down. If you have any low back pain, keep your knees slightly bent. Drop your head and neck down. And let's just sway side to side. And then let's just come back and try to lift those legs up straight. Lift those glutes and hips up to the sky. Drop your head down here. Come as far as you can. And let's just do a few deep breaths. And then if you can and want to, reach behind and clasp your hands, extending your arms to the sky. Did you guys hear that pop? I'm like an old lady popping here. Extend those arms to the sky. And then let's release down, swooping down and lifting up and coming into a chair, into a sit position. Shift your weight back a little bit. And little pulses, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's come into our heart center and just little pulses. Shift that weight back. 8, 9, 10, and then let's release and inhale all the way up. Release down, let's inhale back up. Slight little back bend here, and let's come back to our center. So when we do the back bend, I really want you to, before you just go into a back bend, really squeeze your butt cheeks together, squeeze your legs together, so this is all very tight. So that's all tight. Now let's inhale up, and then you do your back bend. So when you do a back bend, I want you to remember, tighten all of that up. Okay, so let's come back. We're gonna get ready to go into our sun salutations. So come to the front of your mat. Good morning, say hello if you're there. And let's just drop our arms back. Let's just roll our shoulders back a little bit. Let's do a couple shoulder rolls and roll them the other way. And just drop your head down for a moment. And then just lift up. And let's just drop it down and roll to one side and the other, and inhale and come all the way back up to the center. Coming down into your heart center, come back to that front of the mat, feet about shoulder width apart. your neck, stick it out and pull it in. Find a nice comfortable midpoint. Make sure your pelvis, you're not arched out here. Tuck your pelvis and belly button in, so we don't want to be here. We want to be, tuck that in here. So this is your perfect posture. Your shoulders are aligned with your hips, in line with your knees. Everything is beautiful alignment. Over years and years of, brushing our teeth crooked or driving in the car crooked or sitting on the couch, all of that cumulatively adds up to our posture and different aches and pains and things that we have. So the more we can be aware of it and get aligned now, strengthen your body, the better. So let's inhale up. And we're gonna swan dive forward, hinging at our hips, dropping to it. We're just hinging down, dropping all the way down to a standing forward fold. Let's inhale and come up halfway. So you're coming up halfway here. Your back should be flat in the tabletop. Your arms are just dangling. This is monkey. Just monkey hanging out here. Then let's drop back down. Place your hands on the mat. Let's step back with one foot and then the other foot going into downward facing dog. So we're here. And then from here, we're going to just come forward into a plank. This is a full plank. Lower those hips down, hinge your weight forward, and modified would be on your knees here, or you can be here. So when you're in modified, don't be like this. Lower that bottom down. And then we're gonna lower all the way down, so arms really tight in towards your chest. Your nose are about an inch off the floor. Modified is on your knees. And then flatten everything down, so we're into a cobra or a little up dog. Our arms are really tight in towards our chest here. I want you to just pick up your arms and squeeze your chest together. Press the palms of your feet back to the mat and just look up here. And then let's lower down for a moment and just roll those shoulders back and lift back up. See if you can pick these hands up and squeeze this in. And then lower back down for a moment, roll those shoulders back up and lift back up. Squeeze, 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 squeeze those trapezius in, those back muscles in, and then lower down for a moment. And then we're going to press and lift and roll back up into down dog. And then from here, step all the way front forward with one foot, and then the other foot going into standing forward fold. And let's inhale and look up to monkey. Exhale back down. And reverse swan dive all the way up, lifting all the way up. Slight back bend. Remember, squeeze those button hips so you protect your back and come back into your heart center. So that was one sun salutation. We're gonna do three more sun salutations. You should be getting nice and warmed up. As I said, it is steamy here today. So center up front of your mat, let's inhale up. One movement with each breath, swan diving forward. Inhale, look up to monkey. Exhale, back down. Step back with one foot and then the other foot going into downward facing dog, or a one-legged down dog, coming forward into plank, lowering down into crocodile. Inhale up into an up dog, and lowering all the way back down, and then press and lift all the way back up, going into down dog. Stepping all the way forward with one foot, and then the other foot, so you're in standing forward fold. Inhale, look up to monkey. Exhale, back down. Reverse swan dive all the way up. Coming back into your heart center. Let's do two more of these, throwing in a one-legged down dog if you'd like. Let's inhale up. Swan diving forward. Inhale, look up to monkey. Exhale, back down. Step back with one foot and then the other, one-legged down dog. Coming forward into plank. Lowering down into crocodile. Inhaling up into an up dog. Exhaling back down. Push and roll all the way back into down dog. Stepping forward with the other foot and then the other one into a standing forward fold. Inhale, look up to monkey. Exhale, back down. And reverse swan dive all the way up, slight back bend. Coming back into your heart center. Come back to the front of your mat. Let's inhale up. Swan diving forward. Inhale, look up to monkey. Exhale, back down. Step back with one foot, and then the other, one-legged down dog. Coming forward into plank. Lowering down into crocodile. Inhaling up to up dog. Exhaling back down. Push and roll back into down dog. Coming all the way forward with one foot, and then the other foot standing forward fold. Inhale and look up to that monkey. Exhale, back down. Reverse swan dive all the way up, slight back bend. Coming back into our heart center. Let's inhale back up. Clasp your hands, come down in your heart center. Let's just work on that back bend for a moment. So squeeze that butt together, your legs, everything together. Inhale your arms up. Clasp your hands and just hinge back a little bit. And then slowly come back up and release. And let's do that again. Squeeze everything and hinge back. And coming up. Good job. One more of those. So let's release those arms down. Inhale up. Clasp your hands. Make sure your glutes and hips, everything's nice and tight here. Tight, tight, tight. And then hinge back. And slowly come up. Great job. Okay, so if you're doing this with me, now's a great time to grab some water. It's always good to hydrate yourself. So we're warmed up. We've done a lot of glute work already. We've done our sun salutations. Now we're officially going into Mountain 2. We took a little bit longer than we normally do, but let's get going. So let's come back to the center of our mat and just have your feet shoulder width apart. Shift that weight forward and let's inhale all the way up. Swan diving forward. Let's reverse swan dive all the way back up and just plie your toes out. So spread your toes out. Your toes are each going that way. Let's inhale up and let's swan dive forward, dropping down, all the way down. And then just, if you can, place your hands on the mat and just shift your weight forward and back as you walk out your feet a little bit. And just keep going until you can walk them out a little bit more and just hold here and shift forward and hold. And then shift back and hold. And then let's just walk our hands around to one leg and reach out to here. So both legs should be straight. And then let's walk our arms to the other side. And then let's come back to the center. Take your right arm and wrap it around your ankle if you can. And raise your other arm up to the sky. Breathing into this. And clasp your hand around your low back if you want for a little bind. And just lift and twist here. And release down, come back to the center and take that left arm and wrap it around your ankle if you can. And just breathe into this. And if you are ready, let's raise that arm up to the sky. If you want to go into that bind, you can. And then let's slowly come back to the center. Drop your head down a little bit more if you can. Widen your stance a little bit. And then let's slowly come back up, bring your hands to the center, and let's walk our feet back in, coming into the center. And let's slowly roll up, slight bend in your knees. Dancers roll up one vertebrae at a time. Rolling up, beautiful. Let's just roll all the way up, roll those shoulders back. And let's come back to the front of our mats. And let's inhale up, slight back bend and swan dive forward, hinging at your hips, slowly dropping down. Let's step or hop back into down dog. Let's do 5 deep breaths here. Trying to get those heels to the mat if you can. If you're not there yet, that is okay. Then let's step all the way forward with one foot, pivot and flatten your other foot, and slowly rise up, rotating your shoulders out and around, and inhale your arms up to the sky. Hinge forward, arch back a little bit. Front leg is bent, back leg is straight. We're in warrior 1. Let's do a few deep breaths here. We're going to go into warrior 2, so drop your arms to the side, lunge a little bit and pull back, inhaling and exhaling. We're stretching in 4 different directions. And then let's go into this reverse warrior. Let's slowly come back into warrior 2, breathing into this, lunge a little bit forward, pull back a little bit, breathing into this. And then from here, let's straighten our leg. We're going to windmill our arms forward. So you're going to shift your hips. I want you to stack your hips right on top of your knee. And then let's slowly lower down. So your chest says hello to your knee, and your hands can drop to the floor or your leg or reach out, or if we had blocks, You could put them on the blocks. Just drop down here and stretch out here. And then let's slowly windmill our arms back out of this, going into that back. So have that hand slide down your leg. Just breathing into this. And then let's go back right into that pose again. So just stack those hips here and reach down here into pyramid pose, really stretching out this leg. Nice deep breaths. Both legs are straight. If you need to shorten your stance, you might need to do that. Okay, then release your hand. Let's bring this leg back, going back into down dog or a one-legged down dog. Your choice. Let's do 5 deep breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling through your nose. And then let's step forward with the other foot and pivot and flatten your back foot, and let's slowly rise up, rotating our shoulders out and around. Let's inhale our arms all the way up to the sky, hinging into this, arching back a little bit, breathing into this. And then let's go into warrior 2. Lunge a little bit deeper, pull back a little bit. Keep breathing. And then we're going to go into that reverse warrior. So drop that arm down and raise this arm here. You might just be here, or you might be arching over. And let's slowly come back to warrior 2. We're going to straighten that leg, getting ready for pyramid. Shorten your stance a teeny bit and shift forward so your hips are square with your, put your hands on your hips. If you had headlights here, this should be square. So just hinge over forward here. Bringing your chest to your knee, drop your arms down. You can extend those arms out. Drop your head and breathe into this. And then let's windmill our arms back up and around. A little dance almost. A few breaths here, and then let's come back into that pyramid pose. And then let's slowly release out of this, going back into downward facing dog, spreading out your fingers, resting. Your head is in between your arms. Your ears should be in alignment with your arms. Then let's just lower down to our knees for a moment, flatten out our feet, and go into resting child's pose with your hands at your side, forehead to the mat. That's resting child's pose. You can always let's come back up, but you can always come back into that at any time. So let's spread out our fingers. We're going to scrunch up our toes and lift back up into down dog. Let's lift up one leg here and bend it and just open up your hips and do 5 little circles one way. And let's go the other way. And then let's bring this leg down and under, tucking it under. Have your heel try to lift up towards your belly button and extend your leg back up and out to the sky. Let's do that again. Bring it in and under and back up and in and under and back up. Let's just do one more. So bring it really in and under here. And then let's bring it back up and come back down. Let's switch sides. Extend the other leg up to the sky. Bend your knee and open up here. 5 little circles. And switch. And then let's square off those hips and bring that leg down, up and under here. And then extend it back up and up and under, pulling it in and back up. And once more, hold here. And then let's just bring it down. Let's just drop to our knees for a moment. Let's go into camel for a moment. So just catch your breath. Have your knees a little bit more than shoulder width apart. You can make a fist with your hands if you want, or you can just bring your hands behind and place them flat on your sacrum. We're pushing our hips out so our hips are in line with our knees. And we're going to just squeeze that glute, squeeze everything, hinge back, drop our neck back. If you don't have any neck pain, you can do this. Or if you want a little bit more advanced You can drop back to your heels and then bring your hips back in alignment and drop your neck back. And then let's slowly come back up to center. Slide your hands down your hips, just counter that back bend with a forward bend. Stretching this out. And then let's do that 2 more times. So slowly come back up, going to where you want to go. So either a fist or your hands here. You can just be here or here. Or drop back. If you do drop back, don't stay here. Bring those hips back in line with your knees. Push that forward. And then let's slowly come back up and walk those hands down and stretch everything out. And let's do that 1 more time. So slowly come back up. Just having your go to where you want to go. We do these because we're such a forward slunching society. We're hunched over our computers. We're hunched at the car. Not the car so much lately, but couch. And let's slowly come back up and then hinge forward, just stretching that out. Resting your forehead on the mat for a breath. And then let's slowly come back up on all fours. Always grab water if you need it. Let's spread out, lift our feet back up. And then let's step all the way forward, pivot and flatten. Let's slowly rise up, rotating our shoulders out and around. Inhale your arms up to the sky. And just look forward here. You can arch back a little bit if you want. So from here, we're just gonna clasp our hands and point your fingers together. So make like a little, put hands together, a little gun. And then let's just shift forward. This toe is on the floor. Find a focal point and start to hinge forward. And lowering those hips down, reaching those arms out. We're in Warrior 3. Breathing into this. And then release your arms out to the side. Let's go into an airplane. Really try to keep that back leg straight and square those hips off if you can. So try not to be here. Try to lower those hips down so they're here. This helps if you look in a mirror. And then let's drop down. Bring this leg under, drop your head to your knee. We're gonna get ready to do splits. So place your hands on the mat. Make sure you're in the middle of your mat. And then tuck this leg up and under. We're gonna lift it all the way up as high as we can. Breathing into this, using your hands as torque to kind of lower. To get your leg up higher, drop your head down, breathe into this. You can wrap this hand around your ankle if you want. And then let's lower down, bend this leg, and lift straight up for 1. I'm just gonna do 4 of these. Lower down, and lift up 2. Working those glutes. Down, 3, down, 4, and hold it, and do a little lift, lift, lift. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, release down, good job, knees bent, and just weepy willow, side to side. Weepy willow, come back to your center, and just slowly rise up 1 vertebrae at a time. Let's go nice and slow. We don't want to rush of blood to the head. Just pause here for a moment at your knees, and then slowly rise up a little bit more, nice and slow, slowly coming up. And just roll those shoulders back, and roll them back again, and inhale those arms up to the sky. Reaching up and stretching, hello sky, and let's slowly come back down, dropping back down into that standing forward fold. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So let's step back with 1 foot and then the other foot, going into downward facing dog. Let's do a few deep breaths here. Hands are spread out, pressing back, lift glutes and hips are lifting up. And let's step forward with the other foot. Pivot and flatten, and let's slowly rise up. We're going into Warrior 1, lunging forward, arching back. And then let's clasp those hands and hinge forward. We're going to hinge forward here, lower those hips, reaching out, breathe into this. And then let's bring our arms out to the side. Again, try to lower those hips if you can. Lower it a little bit more. Lift your leg up a little bit more. And then lower everything down. Drop down, just readjust, drop your head to your knee, walk your hands in, preparing for splits. I'm just gonna get in the center of my mat, and then extend your leg up, drop your head down, and you're gonna notice some days you're more flexible than others. This leg, I'm not as flexible. And just hold here. And then we're slowly gonna lower down, bend our knee, and then lift back up for 4. 1. Lower, really bend this here. 2. Good job. 3. 4, and hold, and 1. Lift, lift. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and lower down. Good job. Bend those knees. Weepy willow to each side. I don't know if you guys know what a weepy willow tree is, but I used to have one in my house in Vermont. It has these long, beautiful flowing branches. Let's slowly, dancers, roll up and just pause here at our knees. Slight bend here, and roll up a little bit more. Rolling up nice and slow, and roll those shoulders back. Roll that back and inhale your arms all the way up to the sky. And let's come back into our heart center. Grab water if you need it. So I'm gonna grab a little bit. We are going into mountain 3, so you've made it. Good job. Woohoo. Okay, so let's come back to the center of our mats. Let's work on a little balancing pose. So inhale up, clasp your hands, come down into your heart center and shift your weight to the left. Pick this foot up and place the palm of your foot on your leg, or you can pick it up and place it in this pocket here. Find a focal point and concentrate on that in tree. So you can stay here, or you can extend your branches and grow your tree. You can be here, or you can come into a cactus tree. If you're here and you want to do cactus trees with me, let's lift up and let's squeeze that down and extend up. So think about your back, your latissimus dorsi. We have teres spinatus, we have teres major, teres minor. All of those muscles on our back that we don't work very much, we forget about. We're gonna be thinking about those right now. That's what we're working on. When we squeeze down, let's come back up, clasp your hands, come back into your heart center. Beautiful, and let's just release down. Just release that down. Don't let it touch the floor, and lift it back up. Now, if you can, you have 2 options. You can reach down and hold here, or you can stay here. So your choice, and try to extend your leg up and out. So you can be here or here. And when you do that, what beginners tend to do is our hips rise up. So when we're here, see the hips are square, and then when I start to extend out, it starts to do that. So try to put your hands here, try to extend out, but keep those hips square. So it's just a good one to practice. Great for balance. And then let's come back down, shake everything out. Woohoo, shake it out. And let's inhale all the way back up. And come back down into our heart center. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So shift your weight, pick this foot up, place it on your leg, or pick this up and place this pocket here, coming to your tree. Find your focal point, and let's grow our trees. If you can, this is such a great balancing pose. Easy, but very effective. I'm gonna go into that cactus and squeeze down and lift straight up. And squeezing down and lift straight up. Squeeze down and lift straight up and down. Ooh, good job. And let's hold all the way up here. Come down into your center and bring this leg down. Don't let it touch. Let's pick it up. Let's be mindful of those hips. So make sure they're squared off. Let's everyone just tuck your hand under here and try to extend this leg out, and try not to let those hips pop out. And then if you can, try to release. You might only be here, that's okay. Just try to lift up and be mindful of balancing. Good job. Let's shake everything out. Good job. Inhale up. And then come back down. Now let's inhale up and arch back a little bit. So squeeze those glutes and hips, everything nice and tight. Inhale up, arch back, and come back into your heart center. Let's just shake everything out. Let's come back to the front of our mats and inhale all the way up. And swan dive forward, dropping all the way down here to a standing forward fold. Let's reach behind and clasp our hands. Extend your arms up to the sky. Drop your head, straighten your legs if you can. Arch this arms forward. Using your breath to go a little bit deeper. And let's release those arms down. Place your hands on the mat. Let's step back with one foot and then the other, either going into a down dog or a one-legged down dog, your choice. Breathing into this. From here, we're going to go into pigeon. So our leg is up. Let's have everyone raise your leg up. And then you're going to bring it down and under. My leg just slipped out and out to the side. If you had that clock in front of you, your knee would be about 3 o'clock. You're going to lower your body down so your heel is in between your pelvis and belly button. I want you to look behind you and make sure your leg is straight behind you and flat on the mat. Many times it tends to be off to the side. Now if your hip is up and has a lot of space here, you could put a pillow or a blanket or a block under here. Then you can let's just lower down here. You might just come to here and that's okay. Or you can make a little pad with your hands and drop your head here. Or you can surrender all the way to the pose and drop all the way down to here. Use your breath to sink a little bit deeper, feeling this nice, deep, beautiful stretch in our hips and our glutes. Because we are in Mountain 3, we're nice and warmed up. So let's slowly come back up. So you might just come to here, or you might pick up a leg. You might reach behind with one hand and be here, or you could be here. Now again, if you have that lot of space here and you're like up like this is going to be really difficult to do. Or you can just reach behind with one hand and then the other and lift up here. Breathing into this. I like this, say this is a posture corrector. And then let's slowly release out of this. Just roll your weight to this leg and bring this all the way around, coming into a nice, beautiful twist. Readjust so your bottom's flat on the mat. And let's inhale all the way up. And let's exhale down, dropping our arms to one side. And let's come back to the center. Inhale up. And exhale and drop your arms to the other side. Press this hand into the mat and look back and up. This beautiful twist. And then let's come forward and just give yourself a little hug and hinge forward here. And then let's untangle ourselves from this, coming out of this. Good job, everybody. Press your hands into the mat, lift back up, raise that other leg up to the sky. I have to switch. Which one did I just do? Okay, I did that one. Let's lift up, lower this, square those hips, and then we're gonna bring this leg down, up and out to our clock, which is 9 o'clock. This slippery mat is very challenging today. And so lower that heel so it's in between your pelvis and belly button. Look back, make sure that leg is straight and flat on the mat, and then lower down to where you wanna go. And then let's slowly come back up, lifting up here, going to where you want to go. And then let's slowly release out of this. Shift with our weight all the way over to the other side. Lift up so your bottom is flat on the mat. Let's inhale all the way up and drop our arms to one side and look back, breathing into this. And then let's inhale all the way up and bring those arms the other way. And then let's come back to the center and just shift forward, give yourself a little hug. Okay, and then let's slowly release out of this, untangle yourself. So come to the center of your mat. Now grab your magic circle if you have it, and let's place it in between our legs. Okay. I highly recommend you get one of these if you don't have it. Seriously, it's great. You can do so much with it. So we're gonna sit up nice and tall, curve, make a little arch with your back, and we're gonna hinge back here until our sacrum starts to connect to the floor. This nice arch here, squeezing this magic circle in, and raise your arms up to the sky, and let's just do little pulses. Pulse, pulse, squeezing that, pulse and squeeze, pulse and squeeze, pulse and squeeze. So we're pulse and squeezing that magic circle. And then let's hold here and just do pulse, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. We're pulsing that magic circle. And if you don't have it, that's okay. If you have a block, you can do it with a block too. And then let's come up and sit up nice and tall again. We're gonna do the same thing. So if you have a block, you can do it, or you can just, a lot of great stuff still in it. So let's come back down. So pulse and squeeze, pulse and squeeze, pulse, squeeze, squeeze, pulse, squeeze, pulse, squeeze. Keep those arms out straight and then pulse, 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 pulse. We're squeezing. And just hold here and let's come back up and sit up nice and tall for a quick breath. We're gonna do one more of these. So let's slowly release down, release out. It is starting to pour. I don't know if you can hear the rain, but pulse, squeeze, pulse, pulse. Keep going. And then that squeeze, 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 squeeze. Good job, beautiful. Let's slowly come back up. And let's just get ready to take this magic circle out, extend one leg down, bend the other one in and roll down one vertebra at a time. Once you're all the way down, bring both legs into your chest. Let's give ourselves a little gentle massage, and let's roll the other way. And then let's slowly come back to the center. Let's extend our legs out and go right into happy baby pose, pulling those legs down so your fingertips around your big toes or around your ankles, and pull your knees down towards the floor. You can move with this a little bit. And then let's extend our legs up to the sky into an inversion. Let's lift up and over. Bring your legs all the way over here. Readjust so your shoulders are on the mat. Imagine an apple under your chin, hands out flat. You can stay here or you can put your hands on your low back and lift up one vertebra at a time, walking your hands down your back and breathing into this. Lifting up nice and tall. And then you can just play with this. Drop your legs out to the side or come back up. One leg out and one leg bent in between these orchids. I don't want to break my beautiful orchids. They're so pretty here. And then let's slowly come back up. And then let's just lower back down. Hands flat on the mat. And let's one vertebra at a time, coming back down, lowering your back onto the mat. When you're ready, tuck your legs all the way in. Inhale and drop your neck to the left. And then to the right. Let's come back to the center and get ready to go into fish. So sit on your hands, extend your legs out, arch your back up, and breathe into this. And then let's slowly come back down. Release your hands. Inhale your arms up over your head. Exhale back down. Flex your toes. Inhale and point. Exhale down. And then place your hands on your hips. Flop your legs out. And let's just close our eyes and do 5 deep breaths here. Now if you were in my studio with me, we would spend more time here. And I would be bringing a glass of water with lemon in it for you. Okay, so let's just slowly start to wiggle our toes and fingers, start to come back. Inhale your left arm up over your head, and then your right arm, and then let's slowly roll, and then lift and press all the way up, coming into a sit position on our mat. So I'm outside on my patio, and there's a beautiful lake on the other side of this computer, and a huge osprey just dove bomb down and got himself a big fish, and now there's another one. So he is getting hunting. He's like right in front of me. Big osprey, like wingspan like that, maybe bigger. So let's sit up nice and tall. Let's inhale our arms all the way up. Clasp your hands in your heart center. Give yourself a little hug. Human touch is so important right now. And let's just do a trunk roll to each side. And let's come back to the center. Okay, come back up. So you've worked your body. I'm so glad you've joined me. Just gonna climb forward. You've worked your body mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. I thank you for joining me. I am the founder of the YogaShape Method, YogaShapeMethod.com. And I ask you, I'm doing this for free right now and streaming live from my house because I think that it's just this crazy time and people need to move their bodies and they need yoga and they need to sculpt and tone, and it does great things for our emotions and helps with anxiety, depression, back pain, you name it. So please, if you enjoyed this, please share this with your friends. Tell them about YogaShape Method. Follow me on Facebook. I have an Instagram page, which is Yoga Fun Girl. Please follow me there. And I'm going to be also leading some retreats coming up next year in Vermont. So yoga and hiking, yoga and kayaking, yoga and fly fishing, and you'll be able to see those at yogafunday.com as well as yogashapemethod.com. And I'm also the founder of Yoga Fun Day, which is a amazing, super family friendly wellness festival, yoga and wellness festival. So that is going to be coming up in Miami, Yoga Fun Day Miami. We had to postpone it this year, but we are looking at a potential November date of this year and definitely next March. So Yoga Fun Day Miami has over 50 classes in yoga, meditation, and dance with all kinds of different instructors and modalities. We have a Kirtan band, a West African dance band, and troupe. We have workshops all day, vendor village. It's just a super fun time. So stay tuned for that. So if you haven't checked out Yoga Fun Day, please like all of those pages. So again, thank you for joining me today. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will talk to you all later tomorrow morning, 9:30 on the mat. See you then. Okay, bye-bye. Bye, everyone.